unnecessary killing under the Native Title Act, and it's also been revealed in the news today he might have dual citizen issues as well.
Yes, so he may not be a senator after all. We'll find out more.
I don't know how he's feeling about that. It's Triple M, and it's wonderful to have Senator Derryn Hinch in the studio. Hi.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome to Cancer. Now, do we still call you senator because you're now caught up in this citizenship?
I'm still. Last time I looked, I was still senator.
Still got a job?
I came to Cairns to talk about dugongs being extinct, and I'm leaving Cairns thinking that I might be extinct.
Well, yeah. So you have a US Social Security card for when you lived in New York.
Look, this is it. Just briefly, I won't bore you the whole thing. And maybe they claim it's a breach of Section 44, but I don't think it is. Anyway, we'll see. When I worked in the 60s and 70s, before you were all born, I had a Social Security number. Everybody does. You know, when you either work for a foreign company, you've got a Social Security number. Yeah. And while I was there, for 10 years, I paid a Social Security tax, like a superannuation fund. And if you pay it for 10 years, then when you get old, you're entitled to a pension. And so, but under Section 44, it says you can't be entitled to the rights or privileges of a foreign power. Well, I argue that a pension is not a privilege. It's it's something I've paid into for 10 years.
That's right. You
paid tax on it, and but just because I probably know Section 44 better than anybody, because I read it over. Have you been to jail? Yes. Are you still now? Are you bankrupt? No. So I went through all that stuff. But I thought, well, this is. I'm fine, but I didn't want to be accused of double dipping, so I wrote to the US Social Security Department last year and said, look, I've just become a senator. That was a year ago yesterday. Sure. I wrote to them and said, I don't want to be accused of double dipping, so please, don't pay me any pensions. And that's where it sits. So now I'll go through the Attorney General. I just told the Attorney General, that's why I'm running late coming in here, and I'll go to the Solicitor General and see if I have a problem and take it from there.
Surely they've got to change things up a little bit.
Well, they can't change it because the Constitution. And why it won't change, because if we went out there now, it's hard enough to get any referendums passed. But if you suddenly try and put this one out there to people, and when in doubt vote no, people will say, "Oh, I don't understand it." So it's not going to happen. And what annoys me about all of this is that the Greens and I and all the other crossbenchers, twice, maybe three times, twice in the last couple of weeks when we were last sitting, we tried to get a bill passed that would make all politicians, senators and in the House as well, go before an independent auditor. And so to see, are you clean or aren't you? And Labor and the Libs and Nationals all voted against us. But all the crossbench for once, One Nation, Xenophon, me, Lionhelm, Greens, we all voted, thought that's the way to go. And not knowing that by that stage, didn't know that Nick and I would be caught up with it. Xenophon, as they now call him.
I didn't know, that was funny. Well, let's talk about the real reason why you're in Cairns. And now you're trying to give better protection to our beautiful turtles and dugongs because of under the Native Title Act, traditional hunting is taking place, but it's not so traditional. It's with motorboats.
Look, turtles can swim very fast in short bursts.
Yeah.
But if you're on a motorboat with a big outboard on the back of it, you're going to run that turtle down. Now, we went down to Green Island, and I've seen photographs of where they've come in boats amongst the swimmers to grab a turtle.
Yeah, and all the tourists.
Now, I said, you should be, forget if you're not so passionate about animal cruelty and all these things and the fact they may be fished out the next 40 years. For your tourism, I talked to a guy there who said, I was on the beach and a couple of Canadian tourists were there, and they saw this boat come swooping in, the tinny with a big outboard, and the guys grabbed this turtle, start bashing it on the head in front of the tourists. The Canadians, admittedly, the Canadians said, that's shocking, you'd never see that in Canada. I said, finally, then I pointed out that there was a time when they used to hit baby harp seals on the head with clubs in Nova Scotia. So, but the first thing you should be doing is Green Island is a marine park. It's a safe park, right? If you get off the boat on the fantastic fast boat going over there, as you're getting off, this big voice says, "This is a marine park. All flora and fauna is protected. Do not pick up pieces of coral." They don't tell you that if you're Indigenous, you can go out there and kill fish and kill turtles and kill dugongs.
It's not right.
This is mad. So for starters, that should be sacrosanct. And then I was originally thinking about a ban. I thought maybe we could leave it for a little bit, but I spoke to a lot of elders yesterday who say you've got to have a total ban. Now these are Indigenous elders because excuse me, and I went to Jenny Gilbert's turtle rehab.
We
went there and I kissed a turtle and had it slap my face.
Oh, that's special.
Well, no, it's not the first time I had my face slapped when I try to kiss somebody. But you know, they don't start to breed until they're 20.
Yeah.
And they breed between 20 and 40. And we saw this 80-year-old turtle. If I've seen trophy, 10, 15-year-old turtles are not even breeding yet.
Yeah.
So this is it's a recipe for disaster.
And they're having a tough time already with all the plastics floating in the damn oceans.
Right,
I mean, you would have seen heard
It's
Jen talk
interesting
about that.
you mentioned the elders want a complete ban.
That's it, yeah.
Especially the elders from down on the coastal tribes, and they get angry with the rainforest people coming down here and saying, "Oh, we can come down here and kill turtles." And the other thing, the thing is, everybody knows about it. Cab drivers talk to me. My flight attendant coming up from Melbourne, she said, "I used to work for a regional airline. I was born in Cairns, and I used to see all these turtle shells in the cargo hold, for tourists and all this sort of stuff." It is crazy.
Yeah. So you think you've got a good chance to change things?
Well, I see. The problem is the Greens. Larissa Waters did push one through a while ago, which is pretty good motion, but the Greens have gone soft on it. I couldn't work out why. I think because it's got the word Indigenous in it. The Greens don't want to offend anybody. Well, you're going to have your turtles going to disappear. I didn't see one turtle yesterday or a dugong. I was talking to a woman who'd flown up from New South Wales. She and her husband every year for 25 years. Yeah. And she said, we used to see them all the time. You see them all here, especially turtles all around and stuff. But
well, you won't get any arguments from us or most Far North Queenslanders. So.
I mean, you got rangers, quote. Yeah. How do you explain polystyrene eskies coming around on the carousels at the Cairns airport? They're not loaded with chicken meat, they're loaded with turtle. And people, I'm told, are selling for $80 a kilo and $130 a kilo for dugongs. So this is not cultural killing, this is for cash for killing.
Yeah. Well, Derryn Hinch, Senator Derryn Hinch.
Let's hope it's
I'll tell you a quick story. Yeah. My very first day as a senator-elect, I was in a cramped ABC studio in Melbourne, and they were doing the breakfast show out of Sydney, and this ABC voice comes down the line. It says, "You'll be on in 90 seconds, Senator Hinch." I thought, who's he? I've never heard it said before.
Thanks for coming in and saying g'day.
Great.
And thanks for trying to help our dugongs and turtles. Bring it on.
I feel very passionate about it.
Yeah, you're with Triple M.
Triple M.